I just saw a video where this girl was talking about she won't date a man's potential. I totally get this. Basically, like someone who's like talking, like they talk, you know. But like they're not really living in what they talk about. They only aspire to get to what they're talking about. All of the empty promises. No, this is my potential, girl. This is my potential. Let me stick around with me. I'll give you the world. It's like a R&B video from the early 2000s. Like the guy is just like serenading like at the window, right? But he's a one-hit wonder. He doesn't know he's a one-hit wonder because he can't see. But he's like, "Nah, I just got my first check, girl. I'm gonna give you the world." Yeah, but you don't know, bro, that this is the only song that's going to be popular. You're gonna be living in your car in like 2 years. So you're making these promises to this girl, and she's just at the window 2 years later, disappointed. She's like, you seen her, right? She's always staring out the window, disappointed. Why won't he just get it together? I hate this so much, dude. I hate the talk. But you know what? It's easier to talk. It's harder to walk the walk. And you think that walking the walk is like somehow finding like self-confidence and making it work for yourself. No, dude. Not the real walk. It will be like have God establish the new foundation. You see, if someone's self-reliance is their foundation, I believe that they're going to be attracted to someone who has their foundation is self-reliance, right? And there's going to be compromise in that place. If with your goals and me with my goals, and we make this promise to each other to keep pushing each other into potential. There's like a place for this, but is it a foundational thing? Nah. And I think in this place is just the strain on the relationship, and the woman can't help but end up disappointed looking out the window because the guy, he only had one good song, bro. But he thought he was gonna blow up. He's like, I'm about to go on tour, girl. Nah, I know this is just my one song. We're just heating up. Nah, bro. You don't see the future. You don't know shit, right? You're making, what is it? You're making promises that your mouth. You're writing checks that your mouth can't cash, something like that. It's not even checks anymore, but you know what I'm saying? Early 2000s, right? Serenade. She's, oh girl, check out my dance moves, right? And she's like, oh, he's so fine. I'm sure he's got a job. Oh my God, this song is a bop right here. This a banger right here. And she doesn't know, and he doesn't know, but he's saying, "Nah, I'm about to go big, and when I go big, I'm gonna pull the moon out down from the sky, and I'm gonna give it to you, girl." And it's intoxicating, right? This painting of this image, this finding this foundation in this man. I believe that this is an attractive quality, but it ends up becoming vanity when the man is rooted in the man. Becomes too much a strain on the man. Then the man looks to the woman to tell the man who he is, because his foundation is not in the perspective of his father, and so he's looking for the woman to do that, and she's like, "Oh, you're weak," and he needs her to support him, and so he says, "You don't respect me." He's like, "What about all these promises that you made me? What about this thing that you said that life was going to be like? You used to serenade me out my window, and now you're living in your car, Reggie." What? I hate it, dude. It's a waste of time for everybody. But it's like, okay, if at your foundation you believe you're not enough, then you're going to try to add something to it. A lot of people from this place, ashamed of what they believe about themselves, I'm lacking, I have to fill this, so they grab something, right? If I can get the attention the attention of a woman. This is where I think love bombing gets created or something, because it's not really about the woman, it's about the man, or vice versa, whatever. It's about the love bomber, not the love bombee. The love bomber has to love bomb because he in a sense, in this illustration, he's getting his validation externally for how much he has received by doing love bombing shit. But this is a crock and ends up being nothing but vanity, smoke and mirrors, as you find that when the smoke clears, this man's living in his car. He had one hit in the early 2000s. That's it. He's done. But he's like, no, and I'm like, dude, this is such a waste of time. I don't want this for the woman. I don't want this for the man. I hate this. I hate when people talk about places they're not actually in. But I know why we do. I just hate it. I know why we talk about places that we're not in. We feel ashamed of where we really are. But God will find you where you really are and honor you in the weak position that you're really in. And then, don't knock humble beginnings, He will lay a foundation. He will lay a foundation where no one has externally validated it. But then you won't need external validation. And He will build your character. And He will build the man. And He will build the woman. More so, let me speak in terms of a man, because I believe that the woman will become attracted to the environment that has been produced in the man by God. And I think this is what it's supposed to be like. Not the man building his own foundation, right? Doesn't know what tomorrow holds, doesn't know anything. He got his first check. He thinks he's going to make it. Now he's making all of these promises. He's like, I got the job. Now I got to get the girl. Okay, I got the girl. Now I got to get this. No, you're running. You are running scared. And you're sucking the resources out of all of these things, and you're not going to be able to sustain these promises. You're all about your potential, but there is no, and when I say action, it's action that leads to God's action, right? Because I mean, your action, you could do things all day long, and we will, until we're met in our weakness of like, I can't build this foundation, Lord. You have to build the man. I can't do it. And I think from that place, zoom out, probably a couple of years or so, you're going to start to see that this man has a foundation that he could have never built. And he is confident in a way a man can never be confident. This is what I believe I'm receiving. I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. This is not self-confidence at all. I don't have to go around making promises about anything because I'm not ashamed of where I am anymore. I'm not ashamed of where I am. And on paper, I mean, you know, I don't see myself serenading a woman with my physical life anytime soon, you know what I'm saying? But I would never do that anymore, right? Because it's not about that anymore. But you only know that when you were brought to your weak place. I hate this whole man of God, woman of God thing. It's an image. It's an image that we try to get to. And then our potential is like, well, I'm going to do all of these things today and become the man worthy to hold your hand. And you put all the strain on yourself. And you're investing all this on yourself. But on a day-to-day basis, your strength fluctuates. And you're actually in more need, right, to be validated, to be loved than anything else. And so you can't really do that. So it ends up being like, oh, the woman's looking out the window disappointed in the R&B video because the man's no longer serenading her at the window. She's like, you painted this whole picture of what our future would look like, but now you live in your car. What happened? He's like, well, you know, the economy is just... Yeah, I didn't think we were going to have that rough couple of years. And like, yeah, no shit, bro. Because you can't build a foundation in yourself. This is, to me, I think this is a righteous anger that is in me. I'm like, I want to see things of substance. And God is the only one who can produce things of substance. When man tries to produce it, it is bullshit. It sucks. It does not last. I'm tired of the imitation of things. I'm tired of the early 2000 R&B videos that's just like an intoxicating serenade, right? Oh, look at my dance moves. And she's like, okay. Since she's never seen anything else, she's like, oh, you're putting in the effort, right? You are putting me first. That feels good. But you're putting on the show because you don't actually know anything. And it hasn't been produced in you. So it's going to be very short-lived. I hate it. Do not talk if you do not walk. And I say walk, it's walk by faith. So it's in the place that you can't walk. So things are produced in your weakness so that you one day look back and you're like, he built that structure within me. I said yes to him building it. And now years later, I don't have to serenade at the window. I'm not a one-hit wonder because God had a plan. I'm not living in my